big 7 foot. Uh, 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 Pretty much, I don't know how to explain this guy other than an absolute train, ladies and gentlemen. The 7 foot, 400 pound on beast of a man and freight train. And yeah, he may not have been in the NFL for that long, but I mean, he's making an impact with the Houston Texans. Him, J.J. Watt, and I believe Vince Wilfork on the inside. All of them pretty much make an impact. As you see, a couple of pretty much accomplished. He's got 3 out of 8 sacks for his season goals. He's got goals for this week. Defense early, defense often, and 10 sacks on the season, 15 and 20 sacks. I mean, that's something that he's going to be looking to get. But right now, he's chasing those 8 sacks, and then pretty much once he gets those 8 sacks, he can probably get to a 10 no problem, and then 15, and who knows, maybe he will get to 20 sacks in the season. And as today we are going to be taking on the 1-1 Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Jameis Winston, Mike Evans, and the entire Tampa Bay crew. Ooh, the young crew. That is if Tampa Bay is in fact starting Jameis Winston, because yes, I understand that they do have up-to-date rosters, but it's also a case of who are they starting, as we're going to be starting Brandon Weeden. I don't know why. I mean, he has targets, and we are going up against Jameis Winston. Now, Brandon Weeden has targets. I don't know. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're actually going to get started, and we're going to take a look at the injury report, because I believe, because if I'm correct, I believe somebody else should be quarterbacking, and you guys know who I'm talking about. As we're going to go ahead and we're taking a look at the full injury, and Brian Hoyer is out 6 weeks. So that is big for us. We'll go ahead. Mekhi High, he's out 3 weeks, and Jadeveon Clowney, the big boy, our big right outside linebacker, the one that's actually gonna help J.J. Watt and myself off on that defensive front, get to where we need. As you see, big freight train. In case you forgot what he looks like, folks. He's pretty impossible to miss, as we're home on this one, and you see the big freight train already making an impact on this one, on Doug Martin trying to run up the middle. But obviously, when big freight train's right there, yeah, you don't want to be running up there. Let's take a look at this. Big freight train just reels him in and just tosses him down to the ground like a little rag doll. As Jameis going to line up with 3 receivers to the right. He can go ahead and give it to Doug Martin, and big freight train once again getting his 2nd tackle for a loss in that one. And it's going to be 3rd and 13. For the Bucks, as right now the run game is being stopped right now by one man and one man only, and that's freight train. And we got 4 men on Winston, realizing, and that isn't going to work, as J.J. Watt brings pressure, and that is a pick by Hall right there. J.J. Watt getting the Jameis. So J.J. the first one, as you see Brandon Weeden coming out. Obviously no picture because he never really started. Hopefully he can have a good game. He's got to realize he's got Frederick Disco, he's got Arian Foster, and we get a field goal on our drive, so that's obviously a good idea. And limit the Buccaneers to 10 rush yards. Big freight train, he's been doing that all game. And as Stalker goes in motion, and then freight train going to the outside. That is Doug Martin rushes for about, I believe that was 5 right there. I'm going to say, yep, 5 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 5. Isaac Quentin Demps, and just getting in on the tackle. 2nd and 5 on the 25. I'm going to go with a little bit of a run play, a read option, and then Jameis Winston goes with 5, and we did not make the goal, but freight train, he's there to get his 3rd tackle on the night. Freight train a little bit going a little bit to the left. That's obviously trying to get that. And right there's a flag. I believe it's going to be holding on the offense because from the way it looked like Freight Train got held there. Houston making his case. Holding. Yep, it is going to be holding on the offense. And it is, in fact, going to be DeMar. And like an idiot, I accidentally hit square when I meant to hit X. So that is my fault. Well, that's probably going to be the only time I ever do that is Freight Train. Freight Train, ladies and gentlemen, is doing what his name implies. As Freight Train, they're going to give him credit for a sack on that one. And as Freight Train says, you know what? Screw it. You didn't have to take the penalty. We'll send him back 2nd and 18. And as Freight Train is loose again and getting to Jameis once again, but Mike Evans is able to make the catch. And that is a wide receiver, folks, that honestly is a beast. He's Freight Train lining up again on the left side. It might be the right side on Jameis's view, but it doesn't matter on Jameis's view because right there he gets brought down. I believe that was looks like Cushings and J.J. Watt on making the play. Who's gonna get the credit for that one? And as you got McDonald, well, I believe landing up next to Big Freight Train, and J.J. Watt gonna go ahead and try and get the sack, but right there, Doug Martin is just. Don't know how to explain it, guys. This first quarter gonna come down to a halt right here. Or 1 second and Freight Train. And you see him do a little hand circles, obviously, Big Freight Train. And he's making the indication that the Freight Train is rolling. And his Freight Train lined up. Oh, ball is hiked, and again it looked like a holding, and right there I believe that was I think that might have been. And yep, it was Murphy on the try, and I forget, and I did not see how that went, but apparently they took Freight Train out and they scored, and team turned around and got a touchdown. So, as I am gonna get to that comment in just about 30 seconds, let me just run this first play as Winston gets lit, and that is a pick once again. And folks, it's Quentin Demps. He's doing it all. He's got a pick on the day, and he's got a tackle. But Big Freight Train, I think, has had probably a better game, if you ask me. As Houston gonna go ahead and they're gonna take advantage of that, get a field goal out of it. And go ahead and take a look at the comments real quick. If you ask me. You're new? Welcome. Welcome. As yeah, that is Tampa Bay's second interception. Or I should say Jameis Winston's second pick as Big Freight Train. He gets right to him, and Jameis Winston in 3 for 6 on the day. We gotta go. Apparently, the goal right now is to keep them under 20 yards. That's the goal on the drive right now. Now, as Freight Train, he's gonna go ahead and he's gonna audible this. He's gonna reiterate the play. Gotta keep him under 20 yards. Gotta go. So let's see what Big Freight Train has to do right here. As that pass was almost deflected. And like I said, all on the coverage, and pretty much, like I said, guys, if you ever see someone like this, Big Freight Train, someone such as Big Freight Train, get out of the way, because this guy, right there, and he gets loose, and Jameis on the run is able to complete that pass. That's 13 to 20 yards, and they're gonna hurry up right here. Big Freight Train gotta get back. This is Big Freight Train's first hurry up offense. And this is where the stamina kicks in for Big Freight Train, as that is a completion. I believe that was Mike Evans. And no, I was wrong. No, that was who was it? It looks like I think that was that was Murphy. Murphy 2 reception. Aims as Big Freight Train once again, and that is incomplete. As Jameis, he was looking downfield for 4 verts, and Big Freight Train just, Big Freight Train in his face. Listen, as I said, being in what his name implies, being a freight train is, he's getting tied up there by Murfett. As more hurry-up offense from the Bucks, and it's crucial that they score because it's our ball at the half. And I'm honestly, I think that was a holding call, but I mean, I'm not an expert here, folks. As instead of sliding to the left, a Big Freight Train slides over to the right, going to take on 2 men. And as Mike Evans is going to burn us again, and 49 seconds left on the clock, and we have got to get at a touchdown here, folks, as we cannot afford to pretty much let's take a loss here. As J.J. Watt gets to big Jameis Winston, and just like that, that is how you neutralize as Jameis. You get to him early. He's a young quarterback. Heck, is Big Freight Train trying to get around there. Everybody can. It's going to be 2nd and 15. Or should I say 3rd and 15, 3rd and goal, 3rd and 15, whatever you want to call it. Just know, folks, that this defense has been shut down. Big, as you got J.J. Watt and Freight Train on the outside. As Freight Train gets to Jameis. Jameis is sacked for the 2nd time by Big Freight Train. 5 sacks in a game. Or 5 tackles in the game for Big Freight Train. As there you see it. Once again, Jameis has tried to get away, but Big Freight Train, and he wasn't having any of it. The kick is up by Tampa Bay, and it is straight down the middle. Also, Big Freight Train obviously having a big game, and Tampa Bay, their defense not necessarily. As they give up yet another touchdown. Now the score is 20-3 as the play has been flipped. Jameis, who knows what he's calling. Big Freight Train gonna try and get around, but I believe that was a wide receiver screen. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Jameis dumping it off as no, it was actually curls. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and check out the drive goal, 3 and out, so we can't allow a first down. We're gonna be greedy, can't allow a first down as Freight Train, once again, he's going to try and get to Jameis. And Jameis, he's seen that face too many times. He's seen it, I believe. He's seen it 3 times, and Freight Train has been Jameis Winston's worst nightmare today, folks. And I'm not saying that from Jameis Winston's point of view. I'm saying that from Freight Train's point of view. I believe that is a first down as the drive goal is missed. And got fooled by a little bit of play action there, but that's alright. As long as we keep them out of field goal range, I think we'll be good. More or less keep them out of scoring range. Will be good. This Freight Train gonna go ahead, and he's gonna he got a little bit confused there. I ran him to the left. F button. It's all good. Oh, good. 2nd and 9 for Tampa Bay. On their own 31-yard line. Obviously in bad territory here. Jameis, he's audibling something. Because that is a fumble. Oh, and that is picked up by, I believe that was Cushing as J.J. Watt. Simone with the fumble recovery as it was forced by who else? J.J. Watt. And our goal for this drive, what else would it be? Sack Jameis Winston. Famous, quote-unquote, famous Jameis. It's not going to be able to here as Big Freight Train gives a little bit of an assist there. So yeah, the big rookie out of Minnesota making his impact here. There's 2nd and 8, a Big Freight Train on as Freight Train. I believe he's gonna get another assist for a tackle right there. I'm not sure. There's 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8. They got to be great. You would expect they have to go for it. The real question is, the first question you have to ask, are they going to go for it? Second question is, are they going to run it? Obviously, they have to. Well, I mean, they don't have to, but they gotta. As Big Freight Train thought the play was done there, and he just stopped as 87 Jenkins just kept on going. And as we're gonna go ahead and try and get Jameis. Empty backfield for Jameis. It's going with 4 wideouts. As I believe this is as JJ Watt I see is laid out. Big Freight Train gonna help him out. JJ, once he looks, he's like, what the? As you see 98 and 99 lined up next to each other. That is an unbelievable sight to see, folks. 2 unbelievable talents commingling as Freight Train and JJ both get to him, but they're gonna give Simone the sack on that one. But JJ Watt and Freight Train, both of them getting to him. And folks, that is intimidating to see those two. As Freight Train gonna be double teamed, and that is gonna be thrown out of bounds. So, I believe that Tampa Bay, yep, they're gonna be punted to DeAndre Hopkins, and Texans don't respond. So 27-3 it remains. He's gonna go ahead, and we're gonna go over 2 games as always. He's this big JJ Watt. As Freight Train, he wanted to try. Freight Train, you saw him go over to the ball a little bit, but yeah, not really getting there in time, I guess you could say. Here's big JJ Watt and Big Freight Train on the inside. Freight Train breaks free. He gets to him. Freight Train with his 5th tackle today. His 2nd sack. His 5th sack of the season. And right now, Freight Train, he is just having a day. You to remember, folks, and it is unbelievable. What this man has accomplished just in his little time here. Obviously, and I believe that was Murray again. No, it wasn't Murray. Who was that? I couldn't tell. I think it's it's Jenkins. And they get a punt again, and once again, Tampa Bay get to run out the clock. Big Freight Train not in this play. Neither is JJ Watt. From the way it looks, and yeah, Jameis out of the gun. Gonna look, fires. That was almost picked off by 34 right there. As Jameis gonna go ahead, he's gonna call hurry up. Houston gonna call timeout and bring on Big Freight Train. Hey, nope, they are not. As Jameis has to throw it out of bounds, so we will get to see the Big Freight Train. It is not necessarily sure why they didn't sack him, as JJ and Big Freight Train back out on it. They're waiting for the snap. Had to pop in. And Big Freight Train, he's gonna get to Jameis. No, he's not. But that is gonna be incomplete to Sebastian Jenkins once again. And it is gonna be, for some reason I thought it was 4th and 10, but it is 3rd and long. Forgot they converted. As Jameis has 17 seconds to work with. Let's see what he's going to get to. Oh, and that is going to be a wide open Sebastian Jenkins for a touchdown. Right there. And they're going to go for it on 4th and on the obviously the 2-yard line. Not sure how smart this is, but hey, who am I to argue with? As that is almost picked off. Folks, and with 10 seconds left, you have to imagine they get an onside kick it. Nope, kick for a touchback. Arian Foster runs it down. That's your ball game, 27-9. Freight Train had a whale of a game. They're going to count him for 5 sacks. But I think I count him. They're going to count him for 2 sacks, but I think I count him for 3. So, yeah, big game for the big guy. Hey guys, we'll go ahead and we'll pop in and we'll take a look at the Texans and the defensive stats as there you see a big freight train, 7 solo tackles, 2 assists, 7 total. They're going to give him 2 tackles for a loss, 2.5 sacks they're going to give him, so half a sack, so going to give him some credit. Quentin Demps had a big game. As in terms of both teams, you got Chris Conte and Levante David both getting 1 extra sack over her big freight train. And as yeah, he's got to look ahead to the next week, and obviously a big week for the big guy. And he's got to use that momentum onto the next week, because next week I can imagine it's not going to be easy. And well, I mean, it's not going to be easy, but it's not going to be tough. It's going to be the Atlanta Falcons we have to go up against, and I believe it's going to be at the Falcons. And so I got to remember, or the Texans' schedule. Obviously, I'm not a fan. Obviously, I'm not going to say I am a fan. I'm not going to say I'm not a fan of the Texans. And says yes, we are going to be at the Texans, and it's going to go ahead and look to, as you see, yeah, there you go, Minnesota. Yeah, the big 7-foot man from the University of Minnesota. And he's trying to work on that strip ball, but I don't think he can get there just yet. As trying to look at what he might be able to upgrade. I want to try and potentially get that hit power, but I think he would probably want to get that strip ball first. Versus, like I said, we're taking a look here. Alright, what's going down? And yeah, so we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to play this game over at the Georgia Dome. We might go ahead and take a look at the uniforms. Yeah, we're going to go, yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll play on those. Why not? As there you see his goals on the season, he has to get 5 sacks. He's got to get 3 more sacks. To get 8, and he's got to get 2 more to get at 10. Honestly, I don't see why he can't get it here. But he's got to go up against Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. So, obviously a big task for the big guy. That is obviously Matt Ryan. Not one easy to contain, folks. Not at all. And yeah, you never know what to expect out of Matt Ryan and this Falcons. And his offenses, I believe they still have Julio Jones, from what I know. As we're gonna go ahead. Devonta Freeman, you gotta remember that. Gonna go up against Arian Foster. There's the one thing for Brandon in Whedon to remember is that he does have a defense is that he can rely on. He can't rely on his targets, such as you saw right there, DeAndre Hopkins, obviously Andre Johnson. As offense can't do anything. I believe it was a turnover right there. As Matt Ryan gonna go ahead and line up on the inside, line up behind center, fullback out of the eye. Big Freight Train gonna make his presence felt right there as Freight Train gets to Matt Ryan early on, and that is a loss of 18 right there. Big Freight Train getting to Matt Ryan, letting him know who he is letting him know that today is not going to be an easy day for him. As that is completed by Matt Ryan to, I believe that was, who was that? It looks like it's not, it was Weems. As you see, you got Weems, Tameh, Julio Jones, and Roddy White on the outside. Devonta Freeman, 3rd and 12 for Atlanta here. There's Freight Train gets stuck. But it's going to be thrown on the outside, but that is also going to be caught on the outside, but it's only going to be an 8, so that sack obviously proven to be big for them. As they see, Matt Ryan sacked for 8. Hayden, we obviously know who that is that was caught by Arian Foster. And you see how they're doing. And DeAndre Hopkins, Arian Foster, DeAndre Hopkins drops the fucking pass. Federico actually catches the pass, whoever the hell that is. Boykin catches it. Blue, apparently. Apparently Blue gets the rush. And they better give this to Foster. And nope, they're going to go ahead and they're going to give it to Blue. Why the hell wasn't Foster involved? Gotta check that out real quick. Hey, quick, what's up with that? Please tell me Arian Foster's not. Nope, he's not hurt, so... Who knows? Who knows? Big Freight Train gonna go ahead and he's wondering what the hell happened, but he's not really worried. He just wants to get to Matt Ryan. And he's gonna get to Devontae Freeman. And right there, as they're gonna give him a tackle for an assist. Yes, but they're also gonna give him a credit for the tackle. I give him the full tackle right there. Whereas obviously, yes, he wasn't the only one, but he obviously wasn't at the last one. Obviously, you see all the pink out there. Breast cancer. As Big Freight Train and JJ Watt gonna rush him. Or it was just JJ Watt that rushed him. As I believe that was who was that? That was DeMarco. DeMarco, however you want to say it, don't matter. Or just know that first quarter's over. And Falcons lead are trailing pretty much 7-0. I think this game going by faster than I anticipated, so Freight Train gonna line up on the outside. I am Matt Ryan gonna go ahead and give it off to Devontae Freeman, but JJ Watt is right there. That's what I'm talking about. You got the two left out. You got the two ends on the end, and obviously you got JJ and Freight Train, and you can't run it. You can't run it to the outside. It's virtually impossible because once again, proof right there. Alright, not even JJ or Freight Train. Quentin Dempsey gets in the mix. And all of a sudden, Freight Train has started a trend here.